Alrighty, y'all. Today we are going to be removing the gel polish that I have on my nails. Now, there are a couple layers on here, which I quite didn't remember until I was just like, why is it taking so long? But yeah, just keep in mind, FYI, that if you are removing your gel polish and then you're using the gel polish remover that comes in a bottle, you are going to have to keep in mind that the more layers that you have on top of your nails, it's going to take longer for it to be removed. Just giving you a heads up. But anyhow, we're going to start off by just removing the gemstones along with the top coat that is on the natural nails. One important factor is that when you are going to remove your gel polish, the key thing to do is the first thing to do is file off the top coat. If you remove the top coat, which is a shiny layer, which is the one that seals everything in, then you are going to be able to break down the product under it. Now, without you removing that product is just going to stay there. That nail is going to look the same because the product remover cannot break through the top coat, if that makes sense. It can't break it down. So you have to file it off. And if you can file off a little bit of the color, if you know what you're doing, then you can apply your gel polish remover. Now there's liquid. The one I'm going to be using today is going to be like a nail polish one. Now the texture of this is very thick, almost like you think it's gone bad, but it's not. That's just the way the product is. Alrighty, so now that we have removed the top coat, first step, clear. We're now going to apply that gel polish remover onto each and every nail. Now, this product is very strong, so you have to be careful. You have to only apply it where there is gel polish and product. If not, it's going to burn. You have to be very precise with this. That's the only thing. So it isn't user friendly for beginners, I would say, unless you have a good you can manage your hand real well when applying polish or gel polish. If you can do that, then you'll be fine, but just or take your time, be very 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 slow and do it that way because it'll sting. This thing is very like strong, so just wanted to share that. But once you apply it and you give it about 2 to 4 minutes, you're going to see the gel polish, whatever layer is on there, is going to bubble up, and it's super duper cool. And once you see that, you can like look at it and kind of like, you don't want it to dry up. If it dries up, it's not going to work. So anywhere from 2 to 5 minutes is the time that I say that you should start removing the product. You'll be using whatever tool. Right now I'm using a cuticle pusher, which is not usually a tool I will use for this, but is what I have available. So keep that in mind, use what you do have available. But now now that I removed whatever I could with the first coat, now I'm going in with another coat and applying it onto the parts that have gel polish. Now, I did have multiple layers, like I said in the beginning, and I didn't even remember, but I had on a rubber base, which is for like volume. There's a difference between the one that we have here that are in the US and the one that I purchased, which was from a brand. Their purpose for their rubber base is really to give volume, almost like a builder gel. Yeah, so I had that on there. I had the gel polish, I had the chrome, I had the nail art stickers. So there was a lot of stuff, the base, the top, all that stuff. It's multiple layers, which made this process for me personally, since I had all this stuff on there, it took about 30 minutes to remove this. And once you apply this gel polish remover that's in a bottle, you are going to let it bubble up, like I said, about 2 to 5 minutes. If you see that it's not bubbling up and the product is not starting to lift, then on top of the gel polish that you applied, you will then apply some more on top of that. And I noticed that that helps it stay hydrated. And if it's hydrated, just like with acetone or a gel polish remover liquid, if it's hydrated, then it's going to lift the product. Even if you already applied some, apply some more, like re-wet it, and it'll then continue to peel off and bubble up that product and lift that product. To make this process simpler, you will then file off whatever gel polish you have, like just a bit of it. If you want to go fast, you can definitely take off more of the gel polish. Personally would have done that because it would have shortened down the process, and also keeping in mind whatever I did whenever I did do my nails before, I didn't keep that in mind. I was like, oh, I forgot that I put on all these layers. This is taking a while. But if I would have initially removed a lot of the gel polish, like the color that I put on the nail, if I would have removed a lot of that by filing it off until the nail color was really thin and not as opaque, not as rich, not as thick, then it would have came off a lot faster. And as you see here, we're about 75% done with the gel polish removal. We have about 25% left, and that's more around the border, the edge of the nail. So we're just going to keep removing whatever product can be removed, and don't force product to be removed because that's when you will ruin your natural nail. You can hurt yourself. If you're removing this gel polish, you should be removing it from the cuticle and working downwards, never working or pushing the gel polish towards your cuticle, because if you push too hard or it slips, you're gonna hurt your cuticle real bad, and you don't want that because that can stunt the growth of your nail. You can push back the cuticle too hard and or slip, and what can happen is you hit the nail matrix, which is where the nail is made, and that can cause a lot of different things. Your nail can grow with a dent in it, it can grow with a bump in it, it can stop growing. So just be really careful to not push in a direction where you are removing gel polish upwards where it can hit your cuticle or nail matrix. You want to work downwards. That is a big thing you want to know and want to remember, because it is very dangerous and it's very painful if it does happen. Alrighty, so once I finish pushing back the cuticle, the next step is to cut off whatever cuticle is left over that needs to be cut. Don't start cutting stuff that doesn't need to be cut. Cut only what is necessary to be removed in order for your gel application to be seamless. And this also ensures that your gel polish lasts the time it's supposed to last without it peeling or lifting. Here I purchased this amazing tool it was a game changer for me. It is one that you can like scrape off the cuticle with, which is a sticky layer of the cuticle. And also you can push back the cuticle in such a safe way, such a clean and effortless way. So this is definitely a tool I would definitely recommend investing in. It's definitely one of my favorites. I have already removed the gel polish, cleaned my cuticle area, and now we are going to cleanse by using some alcohol to remove the oils, dirt, or debris that's left on the nails after our removal. And now we're going into shaping. The nails have already grown out. They have their own natural shape, which is a little more bulkier, a little more wider than I like. So that's where shaping is super important, because you are giving the nail the design, the shape that you desire, that of course goes well with your hands, because one of the key things to shaping is following the person's hands, you know what I mean? Because if you don't, then it's just going to be weird. You know, somebody who's supposed to have round nails has square nails and their hands look too masculine or too hard. Anyhow, so I shaped my nails really nicely. I like round for the most part. For me personally, for my personal preference, I feel that the round nail complements my hands a lot better than square nails. And also I noticed that my nails break a lot more when I have square nails. Like it chips at the side, it'll fully break off or partially, and that doesn't happen when I have round nails. It's just a lot, there's nothing for it to cling to. Now as I'm using the buffer to remove whatever product is left on there to just even out the nail plate, I like to also file under the nail, which is like nice little hack, because sometimes you file and then you get the little like pieces of nail, like the little hangy nail pieces that cling onto things. If you buff it from under the nail gently, not like not super hard, just gently, it is going to remove the uneven nail pieces that may be hanging from any piece of your nail that can cling and rip off your whole nail and ruin your nails. You don't want that. So just buff under. Lastly, we are giving back to the nails. We are hydrating them with some cuticle oil along with the nail plate. We are giving them elasticity. We are giving them moisture. We are giving them love. We're like, thank you. We're like, we're gonna gel polish you because you are such a bad bitch. Yes, but not today, because I already did all this work. So tomorrow I'm gonna paint you, but relax. Right now you looking real cute. Real natural and cute, period. And now that the nails are all done, I am super excited to show you what my nails look like. FYI, these nails have been covered by full cover tips for over 2 months. And once I took them off, my nails were looking bomb.com. They are a little thin because, I be going crazy sometimes. But they look good. They look healthy. And we're just going to keep them going until they break off. You know what I'm saying? See you in the next video. Ciao, ciao.